Can I walk out now? Okay, hey! There's absolutely nothing back there. That's television magic.
A lot of fun is back there.
There's literally cords and cables. That's all that's back there. Welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. It's good to see you. I'm Kevin Pereira.
I'm Candace Bailey. We are coming to you live from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles.
It's a very 80s Bailey today. I like it.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Only to one side.
I know, I'm just clipped. I forgot.
It's okay. We're going to get through this. On the show today, we've got a slim Samsung gaming laptop with hardcore gaming power and Gadget Prop. Look at that. That's like some hardcore gaming that's happening there. Yeah. Game within a game. That was the inception of video games. Then get a sneak peek at X Games 17 on Adrenaline Junkies. From the BMX Big Air competition to an urban rally race, there's plenty of opportunity for someone to wind up in traction.
And Grace Helbig breaks into Hasbro HQ in Rhode Island to get a sneak peek at some Comic-Con exclusives, including a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover. What? And meet the deadliest man in Germany, the host of the Slingshot channel, who's gotten millions of views for his inspired Slingshot creations. It's gonna be exciting.
I love that guy.
Bring on the videos.
We're going around the net. Thank you.
Being a human cannonball is not a job for the weak or the cowardly.
Or the uninsured.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nailed it.
And that is why carnies shouldn't be allowed to set up safety equipment.
Don't get me started on carnies. I hate carnies. I hate them.
Why?
Because they hunt hobbits and they eat man flesh. And their eyes
I think you're talking about the Uruk-hai from Lord of the Rings. Or the Wings.
All right, yeah. I guess that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
That is exactly what you're talking about, wasn't it?
That was the lamest flight path ever. You've been gifted the power of flight, and you run in a circle, a dainty little circle.
And that's how I fly, too.
Is that required for you to kick your legs back? Don't drink Red Bull.
One of the best things about live television is that anything can happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yay! It's also one of the worst things about live television.
Yes, it is. Here's a clip from the BBC World News, a highly respected journalistic organization, mind you. They apparently just forgot who they were having on the show this day.
Well, let's talk some more about this, because joining us from our New York studio is Ben Walker, who's the baseball editor for the Associated Press. Ben, I know that you've been covering Roger Clemens' career for the best part of the last 23 years. Just remind us how big a name he is in the sport of baseball. I beg your pardon, I'm not sure Ben can hear us. Ben, can you hear me in New York? It's Francis in London.
You know, it's even a worse situation than that, because I am not Ben Walker, and I know nothing about baseball. I do, however, know...
I beg your pardon, we have the wrong guest.
You thought the guy was being a jerk in the clip, but I think the real jerk there. No, I think the jerk there was the director who cut the guy off before he could actually say who he was. You know what I mean? He had just started going.
I don't know. I think he was a jerk too. Anyways, thankfully we tracked down the real Ben Walker to explain his side of things, and here he is.
Ben? Ben, are you there?
Thanks, Ben.
We'll fix that. Fix it in post. In at number 3 today, we have a fable titled The Scooter and the Sandpile.
See if you can find the important lesson from this video.
Did you get it?
I like the slow melt down the side. Oh, help, computer.
Okay, class, what did we learn today?
Never put your finger over the camera lens.
Yes,
No?
I would have also accepted never ride scooters because you'll look like an idiot and then crash into something.
Yeah.
But
Even if
Your
that
choice,
trick
too.
would have worked and you would have landed it, you would have still been a D-bag on a scooter. Is essentially the lesson here. No good was coming from that.
Oh, poor guy. TV's best drug habit returned to TV last night. Breaking Bad Season 4 is finally here.
Don't spoil it. I'm only on 2. I'm catching up very slowly. My torrents have been
starting
very
1.
slow lately, so I'm only on season 2. Did you start it?
I'm going to.
All right.
I heard I need to.
You
so
do.
I'm
It's really
starting
amazing.
It.
But let's
starting
say
it right after Comic-Con.
that's a good goal to have. And let's
Good.
say that the nail-biting drama about manufacturing meth isn't your thing, right? Well, the show's now been recut as a hilarious single-camera sitcom. I'd watch it. Totally watch it.
You know, anything is funny with a laugh track, even drug trafficking. See?
That is good. That's good. I wonder if I think we still have Ben via satellite. Ben, do you think that was funny?
I am not Ben Walker, and I know nothing about baseball.
All right. Come off the screen, thanks. We did it, everyone. We did it. Still ahead, 2 words for you that you don't want in your obituary: jetpack and fail.
It's coming up next.
They cheer anyways. Oh yeah, jetpack fail. We got a jetpack in there. That's cool. All right, viewers, we know that you rely on us to keep you up to date on the latest jetpack news.
Which is why we have this very exciting demo of a water-powered jetpack in action, courtesy of Fox 5 San Diego's morning news show.
Here at the San Diego Yacht and Boat Show. Good morning, everybody. I'm hanging out with my friend John. Fox 5 Morning News starts. Look over there.
And it starts right now.
Serving all of San Diego, this is your Fox 5 News.
I agree. Let's do it one more time. One more time.
Good morning, everybody. I'm hanging out with my friend John. Fox 5 Morning News starts. Look over there.
And it starts right now.
Serving all of San Diego.
I love that! Okay, obviously most Americans are not ready for water-powered jetpacks.
Well, that's because most Americans are ham-fueled power sitters. I'm just saying, those jetpacks aren't lifting anything here. You know what I mean?
I want one of those. I want to try it. I think
One
I
of the
should try it on the
jetpacks?
show. Yes.
All right. If I can shoot at you with paintballs, we'll do it.
Donuts.
What?
You shoot donuts at me.
I thought you were malfunctioning and just saying random words.
That's
Slide ruler!
That's what my mom does.
Tea kettle. Exactly. No, I think that'd be great. If you want to do the water-powered jetpack, that's fine, but we got to set it up like Duck Hunt style,
Okay.
and I get to shoot at you with paintballs.
Okay, just don't hurt me.
And we'll have a little dog
Just
pop
don't
up.
hurt me and I'll do it.
No, we
I'll
won't
do
hurt you
it.
at all.
Gavin.
No, paintballs will do all the damage. To get your daily viral fix and to check out all the viral videos we have to
Jetpacks!
offer,
I'm very excited.
go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet. Ice cream sandwich.
Woo! I would love an ice cream sandwich
Of
right
course.
now. Seems like everybody on Earth saw the final Harry Potter this weekend.
That is true. Everybody saw that. And the last Potter movie shattered box office records, and actually to talk about that monumental achievement, we have a very special guest right now. Severus Snape, everybody. He teaches defense against the dark arts at Hogwarts. Hello, Snape.
Hello, Kevin.
Professor Snape, tell us, how excited are you about the final film?
It has come to my attention that Harry Potter may have broken a box office record.
Yes, that is.
As you can see, I am extremely excited.
Okay, we can all tell that you are thrilled. But why do you think the movie did so well, Snape?
It has a giant snake.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, there is a comical scene with Dame Maggie Smith.
Okay, guys, this is taking way too long. I'm sorry. Let's go to Potter actor Alan Rickman for a comment. Let's just move it on.
Alan Rickman, are you there?
Hello, Candace. It is I, Alan Rickman.
Okay, we are in some trouble here.
Okay, you've been in all the Harry Potter films. How does it feel to finally have closure?
Good question.
It is hard to express how much overwhelming emotion I feel.
Okay, now I know why the damn movie is 3 hours long. I get it now.
Kevin, I really must object.
Okay, please don't. No.
Alan Rickman.
No.
I object.
Oh my God.
First.
No. Okay.
Snape,
Alan Rickman.
Okay.
stop
Thanks, guys.
Can we
Stop.
cutting me.
cut them both off, please?
No,
That's
that's
my
my
line.
Just kill the satellite feed, please. Kill it. Can we?
All right.
Good,
Thanks,
don't
thanks, guys.
No, don't thank them. That was terrible. I'm admitting, that was terrible.
You have to thank them anyways. This week we're putting laptops to the test in Gadget Prime.
We trust Samsung to make great TVs and home theaters and cell phones. So what about their new RF711 laptop? It's packing an Intel Core i7 processor, NVIDIA GT540M graphics, and a Samsung solid-state hard drive, which means games and multimedia will run just the way you want them to. And since it's only 1.5 inches thick, you'll be able to take the power of Samsung anywhere, starting at $950.
At 1.5 inches, this laptop is slimmer than most. It's also much wider than a normal laptop. Do you like the way it looks?
Yeah, I do. I mean, the wider screen means that you end up with lots of extra real estate for multimedia apps. If you're doing video editing or Photoshop, you got plenty of room. You can have an IM list over there and a full browser off to the side. And movies and games look great. This has an LED backlit screen, and they really pop. It doesn't look so great when you're shooting it with the camera and then compressing it at standard def and up-resing it to high def as you're seeing it right now at home. But trust me, it looks pretty like. And the extra width, again, it gives you a full-size keyboard and a number pad, which is nice if you're turbo-taxing.
Like the number pad.
Who uses a number pad anymore?
Hey, I would.
I guess WoW players, they use it.
but I would.
You don't, you don't, but you would.
Well, because I don't think I have one right now, but I would totally use that.
When was the last time you were entering numbers into a computer?
I love numbers. I'm really good at numbers.
Do you just sit at home and run calculator and just add up numbers?
I just remember numbers for some reason. That's the only thing I do remember. Anyways, back to this. I know, I'm weird today. I'm sorry. Today.
What's your favorite number and why?
5, because it's my lucky number. Oh, okay. Samsung is calling this a gaming and multimedia.
You're gonna give her that? You're gonna okay that? All right, fine. Let's talk about a laptop.
We're doing Gadget Prime
We are
right
doing
now,
Gadget
and
Prime.
I need to get us
hey, look,
back
there's
on track.
2 5s on this keyboard. 3 if you count the function key.
Okay, I'm just kidding. Samsung is calling this a gaming and multimedia laptop. What other things stand out?
Well, it has 3 USB ports and full HDMI out, so you can connect it to most TVs if you want to watch a movie or surf the web on it, which is nice.
That's fun.
Are you? What are you?
Just
why are you?
feeling it.
You're totally filling up this laptop in a very inappropriate way.
It's really soft. It's what?
Yes, if you're tripping balls on ecstasy, this laptop feels like a furry wall.
I'm not
but
tripping
to most people,
balls.
it feels like plastic.
No, it's very sleek. I like it.
One thing I want to point out, the disk drive is only DVD reader write, and it's not Blu-ray as well. So I want to point that out. And even without the Blu-ray, though, it's still a good all-purpose laptop.
Okay, so is it fast
So
at
turn
doing
that frown
stuff?
upside down, kids. Is it fast at doing that stuff? Yes. A big yes. There's a small but. And I'll get to that. It performed as well or better than other laptops in its price range, but we tested 2 versions of this laptop, the $950 one with a standard hard drive. This one here has a 256 gigabyte Samsung 470 series solid state drive. Now, you kids like that 470 series. It's snazzy.
yeah.
That's installed. Of course, that means no moving parts. Now, it does increase the total price to about $1,400.
Ooh, good. Is it worth it?
But yes, it's definitely worth it. As expected,
All right.
both laptops performed about the same when we ran our 3D gaming benchmarks. Games looked and played great, even on medium settings. The upgraded laptop far outperformed other laptops in its class at things like,
Nice.
this is a boot up that you're watching. I know it's really exciting,
10
but
seconds.
it's kind of important to know how fast you can get in and launch
19.
applications or load games. The cold boot to the desktop, again, takes about 20 seconds, and most applications launched nearly instantly.
Okay, the Samsung RF711 starts at $950, but we're definitely recommending that you install a $400 Samsung solid state drive to get the most out of it.
You're going to love that 470 series, I'm telling you. Take it for a test drive, you're going to bring it back to the lot.
With the faster drive, Kevin, what are we giving it?
4 out of 5!
Yay!
Almost a 5, somebody's favorite number.
Yay!
This
I love
laptop-
5.
This laptop
five.
is a great value. The extra 256 gig solid state drive is easy enough to
Sarah
install
loves
yourself.
5 too.
It's my favorite number.
Yeah!
We're all fans of 5 here. You guys. Oh, well, okay, well now I'm a fan of the number 5. I love 5 too. Oh, crap.
I don't know what's going on today.
That's it for today's Gadget Prom. But if you have a gadget you'd like to see us rate, email us at gadgetprom@g4tv.com. I hate this show.
Still ahead, Sarah Underwood has the first trailer. Coming for you. Grace Havoc sneaks around Hasbro to play with their Thor toys.
And later, you might want to learn how to say duck in German. After we introduce you to a very special Slingshot genius. Stick around.
What happens next?
This little girl is trying to have some fun on a slip and slide. So, what happens next? Does she faceplant on the slide? Does the slide rip? Or does she slide into a nearby wall? Find out when we return.
Wait, I'm sad too. You read those words. You read those words. I'm sadder than this. I'm sad too. I'm
What happens next?
This little girl is trying to have some fun on a slip and slide. So, what happens next? Does she faceplant on the slide? Does the slide rip? Or does she slide into a nearby wall? Oh, come on, Mom. You forgot the water again.
Little girl.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Sad.
My father would always put the slip and slide over a sprinkler so that I would never. I'm not even kidding.
Would it hurt?
I'm not even kidding. To deter like the rest of the kids from the court from wanting to play in our front yard. I'm in therapy. Don't worry. And now I go undercover at the Church of Scientology.
With Oprah.
Adrenaline junkies.
The 17th annual Summer X Games are only a few weeks away, which means it's time for a big dose of testosterone and a preview of one of the world's largest extreme sports events. All of your favorite BMX racers are coming back this month, including defending Big Air champ Chad Kagi, who combined a backflip tail whip with a flare whip on the mega ramp to grab the gold last year. Gunning for Chad are up-and-coming BMXers like Anthony Napolitan and Zach Warden, who recently won gold at the X Games Asia Mega Ramp event after unleashing his new backflip bike flip trick on the world.
Oh my goodness!
However, if you're into bikes of the motorized variety, the top motocross riders will be rolling out their best tricks, including Nitro Circus's own Travis Pastrana, who is returning to the best trick event.
Travis Pastrana with the double heel click backflip.
Also returning to the track is Cam Sinclair, who won the best trick of 2010 with the same double back flip that had put him in a coma the year before.
That is the ultimate comeback.
You can expect to see some jaw-dropping stunts when these motocross icons hit the track. For you skateboarders, the best skaters are back, including the skatevert rival Shaun White and three-peat champion Pierre-Luc Gagnon, also known as PLG, who was able to hold onto his title last year with a kickflip combined with a 540. When White was ousted by PLG in X Games 14, he retired from skating for a year in order to focus on snowboarding instead. In 2010, White returned to the sport for an 8-point loss to PLG, which only fuels his desire for gold this time around. And finally, this year, rally racing is going urban for the first time with a rally street circuit. 15 rallycross drivers will be running the new course, which travels through downtown LA in the first street race of its kind, featuring cars able to reach 60 miles per hour in under 2.5 seconds. With X Games favorites like Travis Pastrana looking to redeem himself after crashing in the quarterfinals last year, and defending Super Rally champ Tanner Faust racing for the best time in 4 laps, it should be one hell of a ride. So whether you've got a need for speed, style, or big air, you better buy your tickets today, because the 17th Summer X Games start July 28th.
Did I tell you girls that my favorite number is 5?
No way!
Yeah, it is! Want to do that hug thing again? Hug thing, because we all have shoulders out, and we all love 5. This is the part where we hug. We're hugging because we're girls. We're just girls hugging.
Let's give it a hug. Get out of here. Let's just start the feed.
All the news you need to know.
It's Monday, July 18th, and here are your top stories. Screw lugging around 25 pounds of books. Amazon just opened up textbooks rentals on the Kindle. Woo! Students can now head to the Kindle store and rent out textbooks for up to 80% off the shelf price. Lenders can choose rental periods from 30 to 360 days. Plus, any notes, highlights, or annotations that are made are stored in the cloud for later viewing, even after the rental has expired. Also of note, the Kindle has text-to-speech, giving students one less reason to actually read. Illiteracy, here we come. Harry Potter fans hit theaters in droves this weekend as the Deathly Hallows Part 2 raked in almost $500 million worldwide. The 8th and final film in the franchise shattered every record possible and made $168 million in the U.S. alone. That beats out the previous $158 million record set by The Dark Knight in 2008. If you listen closely, can you hear that? No? Hear it? Yeah. That's the sound of dump trucks unloading gold coins into J.K. Rowling's backyard. He's loaded. Let's rob him. Yeah, let's rob him. It turns out there's a... Oh, really? Darn it, Candace! You started it.
Your caper's been foiled.
Shoot, I knew that. It turns out there's a... Crap, man. It turns out there's a scientific explanation behind your Funyun binges. Eating lots of fatty food does the same thing to your body as marijuana. What? Mm-hmm. Researchers at UC Irvine recently found that foods high in fat trigger the production of the brain's endocannabinoid, the same chemical, that's a crappy word, the same chemical that gives ganja smokers the munchies. The effect can produce an endless cycle of hunger, and eating enough greasy food can even induce a high similar to smoking weed. I know, which means the government will probably outlaw it, and we'll have to start getting our Cheetos from a shady guy on the street corner. Yeah, no. And finally, the first teaser for The Dark Knight Rises has landed. It's the first look at the third and final chapter of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight arc, and it includes a glimpse of the Caped Crusader's newest foe, Bane. The Dark Knight Rises hits theaters July 20th, 2012. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed. Now over to Kevin and Candace.
Thank you, Sarah Underwood.
Welcome.
Slingshots are an ancient and hilarious weapon.
And our favorite new YouTube channel belongs to the MacGyver of slingshots. So duck and cover for Jorg Sprave.
Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. Today I'm going to show you one of the craziest slingshots I've ever made.
Jörg Sprov's homemade slingshots and don't try this at home demonstrations on YouTube have inspired countless fans and earned his Slingshot channel millions of views. Here's how a mild-mannered CEO turned his boyhood hobby into a YouTube phenomenon.
8 shots.
Jörg Sprov grew up in Western Germany and showed an interest in weapons like knives and bows at an early age. His father helped to build Jörg's first slingshot using a piece of hazelwood, the inner tube from an old tire, and leather from an old shoe to serve as the pouch. At just 9 years old, Jörg began selling homemade weapons to his schoolmates. Unfortunately, the business ended prematurely when one of Jörg's products broke a school window. In 1989, after graduating college with a master's degree in business administration, Jörg went to start his own consumer electronics business and didn't have much time for slingshots. Fast forward 20 years. In 2009, Jörg's company began testing a new video editing product that had reached the prototype phase. Around the same time, Jörg was getting back into slingshots as a hobby.
So this time you won't see me shooting in a t-shirt because that happened.
Needing a subject for his first video project, he created one about his mechanical release slingshot and uploaded it to YouTube. Jörg spread word about his new channel on slingshot websites and forums, and his new audience, now in the thousands, liked the videos. So he figured, why not make more?
Let's do it.
In June of 2009, Jörg posted his first experiment with ballistics gel, a material used to test the impact of bullets on human tissue. Due to its extreme nature, that video soon became one of Jörg's most watched and quickly climbed over 200,000 views in just a few weeks. From there, his slingshots and demonstrations became increasingly elaborate. From a full auto Gatling to a world record-setting strongest slingshot. But Jörg's most successful video came in March of this year. Acting on a challenge he received from a fan, Jörg created one of his deadliest weapons ever, the machete slingshot. Machete Slingshot made the rounds on some of the web's most popular blogs. Now with over 1.4 million views, it's the most watched video on the Slingshot channel. Jörg has also received some much-deserved international attention. The Discovery Channel, Wired Magazine, and even the Financial Times have all tracked Jörg down to hear the story and see his slingshots.
That's fun.
Jörg dreams of taking his show on the road where he can meet other DIY weapon makers. For now, Jörg's happy sharing his hobby on YouTube with his fans and is going to keep pushing the limits with more insane slingshot inventions.
Well, hope you like it. That was it. Thanks and bye-bye.
Love that.
Stay tuned. It's Grace Helbig gone wild at Hasbro HQ.
She might even flash the camera. She probably won't, but I mean, she could.
Maybe.
I'm holding out hope.
If we're lucky.
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. Fail. Fail, 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 fail. You lose.
Video games were not available on discs until the Sega CD freed us from the tyranny of cartridges.
Don't believe us? Well, maybe you'll believe Tales of the Console Graveyard.
November 1992. Bill Clinton was just elected president, grunge ruled the airwaves, and the 16-bit wars were in full swing, prompting Sega to launch their new console, the Sega CD. Created as an add-on for the Genesis, Sega CD represented a shift in gaming as it was one of the first consoles to have full motion video and CD-quality audio.
I remember standing in the middle of a Good Guys, and there was a Sega CD on display for the first time, and I saw full motion video games being played, and it literally blew my mind. They had to get a bucket.
The first model sold for $300, had a 12.5 megahertz processor with 64 kilobits of RAM. It used a 1-speed CD-ROM, and it required the Genesis controller to play games.
It was gigantic. You actually had to stack your Genesis on top of it, and I can tell you how hard it was to get the console and video games out of my parents to begin with. So the $300 stackable thing was not gonna happen.
In spite of the cost, a heavy-duty advertising campaign ensured that the system sold out in its first weeks of infancy, moving 50,000 units.
Well, Sega was very, very big. I mean, they were arguably ruling the roost with the Genesis. So when they decided to go with the CD format, it would raise eyebrows. It's like, okay, if Sega's going all in on this, then everyone else has to get in line as well.
At the time, cartridges could only hold about 8 to 16 megabits of memory, as opposed to the CD, which was over 5,000.
Before, games had just had characters speaking in beeps and bloops and text on screen, but now voice actors could really breathe life into characters.
This is ridiculous.
By 1993, Sega would release a smaller version of the system for $230, along with the game featuring everyone's favorite hedgehog speedster, Sonic.
I think Sonic CD was probably the best Sega CD game and the most popular and the one that everybody had. And it was a great game. I mean, Sonic was great back in those days.
But not all the games were great. Many titles were just interactive movies, like the Make a Video series, where you team up with a band to help them create a video.
I'm not proud of it, but I played the hell out of every Make My Music video game there was. Criss Cross had one, Marky Mark had one, NXS had one. I didn't know who NXS was, but I knew I needed to rent that video game.
Yeah, what up? This is Boy Packer, and welcome to Make My Video.
You could select the song you wanted to play, and they'd give you little tips like, I want to see squirrels, or it'd be dope if you used that fresh strobe effect, yo. And then when you were done, they would tell you that they thought your video was totally whack, or super fresh.
Despite the increase in graphics, many fans criticized the system for its high price point and its long loading times.
I mean, the cartridge, as stupid as it was, having to blow on it, there weren't really load times on those.
I was one of those cartridge purists who was just like, what? Spin a CD? You must be mad. This is the future.
But perhaps the most infamous moment in Sega CD history was Night Trap.
So it's the early 90s, I'm a young whippersnapper video gamer, and I say, Mom, Dad, I have to have this game.
There's these girls, and they're having a slumber party. Party! And of course that means pillow fight, panties, that kind of thing. And there's vampires in it.
Then they saw somebody hanging upside down, having blood drained from their neck, and they said, what's this thing? What's this thing again? It's a video game. It's a video game. It's fine.
The ensuing controversy resulted in congressional hearings over its offensive material and would lead to the creation of the Entertainment Software Rating Board, or ESRB.
When you go back and look at it, it is no worse than the PG-13 horror films that we have today.
Night Trap did nothing to help the system's image, and by 1994, new systems like the PlayStation and Sega Saturn were already in development, and game developers were ready to move on.
What an understatement.
While the Sega CD would be the most successful console peripheral, ultimately it would only go on to sell about 2.5 million units.
It was a great product at the wrong time, and that's the only problem with the Sega CD. They really tried too much too soon. I hope they remember it as just another wacky, harebrained Sega idea that unfortunately didn't take off, but provided some gamers with a hell of a lot of fun. I still love that system.
Setting Grace Helbig loose in Hasbro headquarters is kind of like letting a kid run around a toy store.
Kinda like? I mean, it's exactly the same thing.
Comic-Con collectibles. Everyone thinks they're so cool. Well, I'm here in Rhode Island at the Hasbro headquarters, and I'm gonna check some out. To be honest, I don't get very excited about holy sh**. This place is so cool! That thing! And those guys! And those guys! And this guy! Those toys! So tell us a little bit about this building.
This building is actually the world headquarters for Hasbro. We've been here since the 20s. At one point, it was a manufacturing facility, but all of the fun, creative stuff gets done in this building.
So, do you have a favorite installation?
Obviously, a perennial favorite was Spider-Man, but for me, it has to be Optimus Prime.
Tell us about this Spider-Man. He's the new Spider-Man?
Yeah, this is the representation of the new film that'll be coming out in 2012.
If all spiders look like that, I would be a very happy lady. I just want to love you. Yep. So, how do I... This is so much easier in the movie. So what do we have have here?
We have Thor, the Mightiest Avenger. Includes collector edition poster right inside the packaging.
Now, let's say someone wanted to take his clothes off. Hypothetical. Is that possible?
I can't think of any other superhero would want to do that at all.
My friend is weird. She has questions like that.
The best part is, this is the return of the Marvel Legend 6-inch, fully articulated action figure. It's
the
awesome.
Hammer of Thor.
There you go.
Somehow, I will figure out how to take your clothes off.
You break it, $24.99. You buy it at Comic-Con.
Your clothes look very nice.
Grace, this is the ultimate crossover. Inspired by the comics from the 80s, Transformers unites with G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
In this crossover, Starscream gets the ultimate makeover, right? Complete with Cobra Commander.
Now, how much is this going for?
At Comic-Con, this is $49.99 for the fans. And it has its very own cockpit for Cobra Commander.
May I? A little sloppy. Cobra Commander, Starscream. This is 1-800-HOT. What are we looking at here?
Right here, Grace, we're looking at a celebration of the 30th anniversary of Raiders of the Lost Ark, something that all the fans of Comic-Con are going to want to celebrate.
Yeah.
We've actually been going back to our archives, and we've unearthed
Wow.
6 figures. So you can actually see this is Toth, right? Melting face Toth, he's two-faced. Comes with regular face, melting face. Obviously, Indy with his satchel, his whip, the golden idol, Marion with the snakes over here. This is the German disguise, Indy.
Amazing.
Right, and you have the German mechanic, very cool collector edition package for $64.99.
$64.99, cool. Thank you, Hasbro. Make sure to get these exclusives at Comic-Con. Nothing to see here.
1-800-HOT.
Hey, Gav, what would you do with a Raiders of the Lost Ark action figure?
I would punish it.
Why are you mad at Harrison Ford?
Candace, it starts with Kingdom and it ends with Of the Crystal Skull.
Touche. I need to start packing because Comic-Con is coming in just 3 days.
This Thursday at 7 p.m. we'll have the first ever hour-long X-Play live from the convention floor.
Woo!
Then on Friday at 7 p.m. there's a live attack followed by 4 intense hours of live special coverage starting Saturday at 4 p.m.
No one else covers Comic-Con like G4 starting Thursday at 7 p.m. So for more info, go to g4tv.com/Comic-Con. I'm so excited.
Yes, now get ready to fail epically. We'll be right back, everybody. Not you, I mean the clip is epic.
Hankering for some of that old school racing? Then put your pedal to the floor with 8-Bit Rally. In this retro racer, you must hit the track to race on 8-bit courses from all around the world. Controls are simple. Tilt your iPad or use the touchpad to steer your car as you maneuver past other drivers. Each course has multiple laps, and as you win races, you'll earn cash that you can use to change your paint job, buy new cars, and upgrade your car with a new transmission, engine, and tires. There are also 3 levels of difficulty, great for the beginner or the hardcore driver. With its vibrant soundtrack, vintage graphics, and excellent gameplay, 8-Bit Rally is perfect for anyone looking for their pole position fix. So grab your keys, top off your gas tank, and hit the track with 8-Bit Rally for the iPhone and iPad for only $2.
Now without using your hands. Coming up tomorrow on an all-new Attack of the Show. Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes use the dark arts on the final Harry Potter in Cinema Enema. Then Grace Helbig heads to Hasbro headquarters to play with some of their upcoming Comic-Con exclusives. And friends and coworkers of the late Ryan Dunn will join us in remembering the co-host of Proving Ground. See it tomorrow. Question, are you heading to San Diego this week for Comic-Con?
Yes.
If you are, we've got some great news. We're actually giving away 50 pairs of tickets to the 10 a.m. sneak peek screening of Captain America. It's for this Thursday at at the Horton Plaza in San Diego.
Now, you don't have to have a Comic-Con badge, but you do have to already be in San Diego. We can't pay for travel because Kevin demanded the presidential suite at his hotel.
Not to
you
joke.
think I'm joking?
You're damn straight I did. I didn't get it. To enter and get the full rules and details, head on over to g4tv.com/Captain America and get your entry in before midnight tonight.
All right.
It's that easy. But now here's a fun fact. Becoming a licensed pyrotechnician, it takes a lot of time and training.
Mhm.
It's a fancy job with a fancy title. It's hard to say.
You did mess it up a little bit. Because when you don't have a license, things like today's epic fail happen to you.
Matt's already ready. Ready to go. Oh!
I am the finale. Pop. Yay!
Thanks to Grace Helbig, Sarah Underwood, Ben Walker, Alan Rickman, and Severus Snape.
Of course. Hey, Cops is a TV show with police officers that arrest people, and it's starting right now.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Yay!
So good night and good morrow. Ish. There's like 7 seconds.
I loved it when you messed up because you never do. And I was just gonna
I didn't mess up. I don't know what you're talking about.
You totally messed up.
Look at
You know
that.
you messed up.